First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight. Wasn't too long ago that I got out of office as selectman and got on the library trustees. And one of the first phone calls I got was from West Bridgewater's good friend, Billy Cavadas. And Billy said, "Now that you're on the library trustees, get us a damn flagpole over there, would you?" I said, "What do you mean, Billy?" He goes, "Only damn library in the United States without a flagpole." I said, "Billy, of course we have a flag." He goes, "No, you don't." So I was away on a trip, and I said, "I'm going to get Billy his flagpole." So Billy, without your inspiration, this wouldn't have happened, and it's here because of the numerous donors that made it come true. No taxpayer dollars were spent, and the flagpole has been erected.
Yay, Billy.
Well, I couldn't be more delighted. I'm Ellen Snowbus, the library director, and taking over a wonderful library which was passed on to me from the wonderful library director before me, which is Beth Smith, who is in our audience. This is just the most amazing town. I hope I don't get too emotional because I just feel so, my heart is just brimming. We are delighted to be able to put a flag in front of our library. Let me put my glasses on. Did you know that the public library is an American invention? It was started and promoted by our founding father, Benjamin Franklin. We owe so much to our founding fathers for our national values and principles. And public libraries are an important part of that legacy, right? And so here are some words from some of our founding fathers about libraries, as well as some modern authors. Benjamin Franklin said this: "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." Thomas Jefferson: "A library book is not then an article of mere consumption, but fairly of capital. And often in the case of professional men setting out in life, it is their only capital." And I'll tell you right now, we see people coming into this library every day, learning, growing, building their skills, networking, and they're improving their lives, and they're becoming richer citizens because of it. And that's why the American Library is a national institution that we should all be very proud to support. Here's an interesting anecdote from someone you know, the actor Kirk Douglas. "My mother and father were illiterate immigrants from Russia. When I was a child, they were constantly amazed that I was able to go to a building and take out a book on any subject. They couldn't believe that this access to knowledge we had here was only in America. They couldn't believe that it was free. And so it is, and so lucky we are to have this institution." Here's an interesting person commenting. Author and activist Malcolm X. Who would have thought he would have something to say about this? Well, he certainly does. "I have often reflected upon the new vistas that reading opened to me. There he was in prison, and reading changed his life forever. As I see it today, the ability to read awoke in me some long dormant craving to be mentally alive." And that is our purpose in libraries, is to awaken your mind and stretch it and just engross you in any kind of direction you want to take it. Children, adults, seniors, anyone at any stage of life. And then the author Libba Bray says, "The library card opens our eyes and hearts to the world beyond our doors, and that is our best hope against tyranny, xenophobia, hopelessness, despair, anarchy, and ignorance." Those are American values, and that's why we're so excited to raise a flag here tonight. Former President George W. Bush, what does he say about libraries? "Libraries promote the sharing of knowledge, connecting people of all ages with valuable information resources. These dynamic and modern institutions have librarians who staff them, and they immeasurably add to our quality of life." And his wife, who, by the way, was a school librarian before she married George, she says something else very patriotic. Our nation runs on the fuel of information and imagination that libraries provide. And they are in charge of collecting and sharing this information in a helpful way. Librarians inform the public, and by doing so, they strengthen our very democracy. That is so, so true every day. So we are just so delighted, Jerry, to have a list of donors. I mean, Jerry spent 48 hours raising the money for all this. We just couldn't believe it happened so quickly. But he tapped into a nascent urge of people to, support their town, add to the patriotic nature of this wonderful community. Do you want me to read the names, Jerry, or?
First of all, I want to acknowledge the fellow members of our library trustees here. If you're here, raise your hand. It's a great pleasure to join you guys on the library trustees, an organization that I've been a part of longer than a library trustee, but since my kids have taken such great interest in the libraries, the Friends of the Library, and I can tell you they all work really, really hard, and 3 of the really hard workers are right there. Come on. I can tell you they bust their butts for this library and for everything we do. And as Ellen said, when I found out there wasn't a flagpole, I was thinking, how are we going to get the money for this? And like she said, within 48 hours, 25 people stepped up and said, here's my $100. We didn't have to beg anyone for the money. We didn't have to chase anyone for the money. People showed up at the library that didn't even comment that they were going to donate and donated. So really we're here to appreciate and love the fact that now we have a flagpole at our library, but to acknowledge those people that stepped up, like so many people in our town doing numerous different causes. But tonight we want to recognize some of those people, and I know a number of you here, so when your name's called, if you would come up.
First, George Collins Engineering. Nancy and Warren Hambley. I know Nancy's here. Come and get your much appreciated donor appreciation bag.
Thanks, Jer.
Jerry Lawrence, of course. Yay, Jerry. Linda and Francis Santry in memory of Jim Benson. Mr. Benson, could Mr. Benson's son come?
Mr. Benson?
Great.
See, I confuse her by calling you
I
Mr.
know,
Benson.
Mr. Benson. Which Mr. Benson is it?
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The father of Jim Benson.
He was also a former library.
A former library trustee. Thank you for your service. Joe and Robin Butler. Are they here? Maureen Kemp in memory again of Jim Benson. Dearly loved. Carol Phelan. Peter Bergstrom from the Tax Center. Oh, Carol, good. This is Carol. Thank you for your donation. Peter Bergstrom from the Tax Center. He came in earlier today, and I said, Peter, I hope you're coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The Hunt family, Lenny and Margaret Hunt. Yay! David and Irene Churchill. Thank you for your donation. Colleen Sullivan Loki. Colleen Lindquist Kilgore of Farley's Hillside Garden. Ah, here. Of Loki. Okay, Loki. Colleen Loki, thank you. Betty and Warren Turner. Yay! Mr. West Bridgewater. Matthew Boyle. George Karam from the Nora Hookah Lounge. Julie Amaral. Yay, Julie! Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Peter and Nancy Cruchas. Noberto and Monique Avila, Jody and David Correa, Laura Finch Delaney in memory of her mother, Elsie Finch. Zach Hudson from Robach Landscaping. Carolyn and Steve Barker. Kathleen Crane. Shannon Flint Andrews. Someone donated anonymously. Billy Kovatis' family. Yay, Billy! The man with the plan. Who? Carol Lanou.
Thank you, Mr. Warren.
Thank you.
Carol, thank you, Carol.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
And Jenny Williams. Oh, here she is. Good.
We're waiting for you. Hey, Jenny.
We'll have the rest of the bags available for the people who didn't make it tonight. And now the big moment. Billy Kovalis, would you come forward, please, and help raise the flag? Would everyone stand? We're going to raise the flag, and then we're going to pledge allegiance to the flag.
We will.
Oh, it's right for us to tie it off. Thank you, Billy. All ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
God bless America.
I want to thank everybody for coming. I especially want to give a shout out to my fellow Lions. We have an event going on at the school right now, but when I put the call out, 4 members of the Lions Club answered immediately with their donations towards the flag. And it just shows that they're not only Lions when it comes to a Lion event, but they step up and really serve our community well. I want to thank everybody for coming. We're heading back to the Leo's event. Thank you very much. Thanks for your donations.